Greetings, everyone. I told you that a post-stream stream was not likely. Well, it wasn't, but we're doing it anyway, so listen to me at your peril. We are live, and I'm going to try to do some art. Damn it.
Let's see. I guess I'll just have to throw this open Quora.
Yeah. Side quest server doesn't really have a dedicated, creator thing. Anybody can post links there.
Yes and no. There's the Steward channel, which is exclusively limited to super VIPs and cast. So that happens automatically. So right now that's been promoted to those guys by default. They may or may not be in chat.
Oh, you did get this channel added?
Yes, this channel's added. It did post that in SideQuest. I saw it.
I thought it wasn't added, so I just went ahead and threw it up there.
Yep.
That's always appreciated. There's no guarantee that anyone is actually paying any attention to Steward.
Yeah, some people don't.
Well, most people I find don't pay attention to any of your video link sharing sections of any of the Discords.
That is commonly... Hey, I know! Let's do a statue of the first king of Sarthos.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let's see. So far, we've been joined by Memes, Jinx, Night, and Nightwolf.
Greetings, Memes, Jinx, and Nightwolf, for the record. You are welcome to join you. The same voice chat link was used for the previous stream. No obligations, of course. Let's see. Can I do this random dude Magog chose to represent the first king of Sarthos, who, I must note, is very close to having the exact same facial hair that I do. Not quite.
I'm sure it's not the first queen, then?
Oh. Hardy har.
Well, if you're going to leave that door open, somebody's going to walk through it.
That's fair enough. And, oh, no, this won't do at all.
Oh.
Smooth. I only work in smooth, damn you.
This one might be an interesting read. Scientology leader hit and spit on me. Says church founder's relative.
Oh, Miscavige?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
look,
I
the fact that Scientology still exists is a point of national shame.
They've got enough money, you're never going to kill them.
Shame.
Probably.
Okay. So.
Still find it funny they think he's going to come back.
What? L. Ron Hubbard?
Yeah, they if I remember right, they think that he's going to return.
Eventually. But instead of L. Ron Hubbard, we got Jordan of the Shadow Lightning joining us.
Ah, welcome, Jordan of Shadow Lightning. I may or may not be inebriated at present, so this is going to be a fun sort of art stream. I probably shouldn't be doing this because I am not feeling very well. But I am going to do it, so... You can credit Izu for instructing me on how to finally get Steam to launch in safe mode, which should increase the odds of things not blowing up in my face.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Or considering it's me, it's increased the odds it'll blow up in your face, but it'll be amusing when it happens.
It's true.
You are amused by weird things, but okay, fair enough.
I'm a dark motherfucker. Which is why when it does explode, it'll be a gender reveal for somebody's baby.
Those things have really gotten out of hand.
Well, one of the stories we were doing earlier on the previous stream, one of the side things, and I want to say this was when we were looking at the rectal bleaching with the sun. One of the side things was a farting baby gender reveal turns horrible.
Yep, I saw that as well.
So yeah, they're getting out there.
A statue of the first king of Sarthos. That place.
Barthos?
The
Close enough.
Suffering succotash.
Oh, we've been joined by...
Oh, bloody hell. Get on top chat. Hope I didn't miss anybody.
I don't know. I see when I've been doing Blender, and I always find that when I do noses, they're always wrong. Is there like an upside to the cartoony sort of style there?
You know, I just realized I have superior facial hair to the first king of Sarthos. That should be a point of major pride.
Yeah.
Did Ark just claim to be king?
If king is
can't wait to be
dignified by, established by who has the nicer facial hair, then absolutely. But I have a feeling that even in Sarthos,
Then I
in the
think
God's
Rat
realm,
rules this stream.
Yeah, Rat wins this one. Like it would go the king, then you, then me, then Izub, then memes, then Rat.
Yeah. That's worst. So I'm the worst.
No, like worst to
You're-
best.
You have the best beard here.
It's true.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose. But
Why are you ellipsing me, Jinx? What did I do?
Obviously, everything wrong.
oh wait, my accent's
Well,
linked
probably,
to someone.
but...
Okay, so
And Nightwolf's right. It's good to be the king.
Dude, Blunder is actually awesome. I've been going back and getting into the Godzilla fandom again and just watching some fan animated movies. And there's a couple of Japanese animators that literally created more or less their own, just like Godzilla shorts off of just Blender. Just taking the existing models and just kind of like building them themselves.
yeah, no, it's actually pretty easy to do, and I mean, I haven't done any long-winded stuff other than the tassel dancing, but or no, Arketer strip pole dancing, but
Well, that's essentially the same thing, whether it's a very like component of our beloved director here or a 400-foot tall nuclear lizard.
oh, absolutely.
Same
And, you know,
principles.
I have said I'm more than happy to teach it because I'm not good, but I can teach. I know a lot about what the program can do. It's just I'm terrible at putting it together.
Jimmy Hats, aka Lieutenant Knives, has joined the chat.
Yeah, welcome, Lieutenant Knives. How are things going? Well, hold on, I have to be careful. There are things I would ask you about, but I'm not sure if I should be doing so while we're alive. Are things well, Lieutenant Knives?
What? Oh, I'm going with Married with Children.
Okay.
Love and marriage, love and marriage. It's an institute you can't disparage. This I tell you, brother. You can't have one without the other.
You beat me
I
with
suddenly
the
have the
80s
urge
intro.
to sit here with my hand in my pants.
Yeah.
Wait,
One of the
is
major
that cultural
legacies of-
appropriation?
I don't know. I don't think I can appropriate white guy sitting on couch.
But he's a shoe store worker.
You're assuming I've never worked in shoes.
You are correct. I am making an assumption. My apologies. I did not know that you worked in the women's footwear section.
I didn't, but you just assumed it.
My
Jerk.
bad. Apologies for my bigotry.
Did you assume his profession? Usually enough, they don't
Oh,
make a big
wow.
deal about that, generally speaking.
Wait a second. I know his profession. He's an IT type person. He does it things.
I'm
Awesome.
sorry. Who does IT things?
You.
That's more of a hobby, really.
Oh.
As a profession, I'm a private detective.
Oh, that's right. I knew that and forgot.
Yes, Ezub's overwhelming concern is determining where I'm from and who I am. Once he finally finds this out, he will lose all interest in me and abandon me.
It's more of a mental exercise, really.
So what's the difference between being a private eye and a public doxer aside from the private side?
Well, on the private eye side, really all I do is do background checks and say somebody hasn't been to jail for the most part.
Oh, I got you.
It's Dog the Bounty Hunter without the bounty.
Oh,
Yep.
gotcha.
In fact, if I have to shoot and confront someone, I'm probably not getting paid.
Oh, no. You want to avoid that. Yeah.
So, Yusuf, have you seen the game Disco Elysium?
I have not.
Well, it's getting away reviews, and I have to say the game has tempted me terribly. I've forgotten about it entirely until now. I might have to get it. But you play the role of a detective, and it has no real combat because it's entirely driven by, well, detectivery. And also, apparently, you create the detective's internal monologue, which has a wide variety of options, including radical feminism. I have to say, it's really tempting because it just sounds delightfully absurd.
That does sound fun. I have been taken with Xbox Live just gave away free one of the Sherlock Holmes games, which has been quite fun.
Oh, it's funny Sherlock Holmes has come up because I've been watching Sherlock Holmes in the future, which is not too far from now as it happens. It's a cartoon series I never saw in my youth, but I found it strangely fascinating.
I saw bits and pieces. It was interesting. I mean, it was that same art style as, was it Men in Black and the Godzilla animated series.
Was it like Young Hercules or any of those other young series?
No, this is the premise for this was after the end of the Sherlock Holmes series, when Sherlock and Moriarty presumably take a fall over the Reichenbach Falls.
Yeah.
They end up frozen and are thawed out in the future.
Oh.
Oh, no, wait, it's even better than that, because I recently watched the previous series. I can tell you that it's not that they were both frozen, it's that Sherlock Holmes survived the fall and had the foresight to live a good but discreet, long life, which is somewhat implausible because could he possibly stay away from the limelight?
Well,
And when he died, he preserved himself in honey,
Oh. I didn't
Which
know how
made
you could
it-
do that.
easy to reanimate him in the future.
I don't know if
when
I
he
should
was
share
needed.
this story now.
Oh, it's high in glucose. It makes sense. Continue.
Well, honey is a fantastic preservative overall, so that much was actually rather clever.
It's also good.
Moriarty, on the other hand, died an ignominious death, and for some incredibly baffling reason, Sherlock Holmes preserved his corpse in frozen ice, which made it a real treat for an unethical geneticist to bring him back to life as a clone, memory intact.
This plot was a lot more involved than what I remember seeing as a kid.
Well, I remember seeing as a kid. Probably one of the reasons you're a bit more forgiving. But yeah, they put a surprising amount of effort to it, except for when it comes to Watson, who was just an android who read Dr. Watson's journals and decided he was Watson, and then randomly, because the plot demanded it, Sherlock Holmes agreed.
So they more or less ripped off Brawley the Second Coming from Dragon Ball Z.
I would like to say yes, but I've never seen that one. I'm actually far behind on the
Legendary
DBZ
Super
movies.
Saiyan, allegedly dead until they retconned it. It was all part of the movie. But basically, they resurrect him as the ultimate warrior, yada yada, this and that. And
Wasn't that the one where it got redubbed as Bio Brawly that everyone hates?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It wasn't a really good movie. It's actually not really good at all.
It is considered to be the worst one by far.
No, see, you got the father-son Kamehameha. That's what that movie gave us. Aside from that point, yes.
I would like to report that your advice on bringing this back in a safe mode has made all the difference, because if this wasn't in safe mode, I'm pretty sure by now the computer would be having a seizure and I'd have to shut things down and awkwardly try to shift things to something else. So thank you!
I stand corrected. Yes,
You're welcome.
It actually was Brawley the Second Coming. The Bio Brawley was actually the third one that they attempted to do, and that's I was not a big fan of that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything past
Fusion
Cooler's
Reborn.
Return.
Fusion Reborn was good. You got a cartoony leader of something that rhymes with Third Ike. There, seeing the the little saying kids all of a sudden go blonde hair, start kicking the crap out of everyone. It's like, oh, I need some Warriors like those, and then they just kick his butt.
And Race Jacobson has joined us as well.
Welcome back, Race Jacobson. You were here for the previous stream, so you heard me say that a secondary stream post-stream was not likely. So now you know what a filthy, filthy liar I am.
And Eric Pug has just joined us. Nice, team.
I didn't know the first king of Sarthos. I didn't know the first king of Sarthos was a goblin.
He wasn't.
Oh, he looked kind of like a goblin.
Yeah, the ears are still a bit large, aren't they?
A little bit.
The early 2000s were kind of notorious for taking stuff from the 19th century and then trying to futurize it. It was in a really weird way.
I thought
What
that was the whole
screams
ethos
classic British more than shiny metal?
the ethos of steampunk. Make it shiny.
There's a show
There's
called
some
Clear
gears
Cut
on
for
it and call it
25.
steampunk. That's the fashion nowadays. Look, the world lost a talent when Reginald Pike Devant stopped making music.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, that was from Slap Some Gears on It and Call It Steampunk from Sir Reginald Pike Devant, who I plan on ordering when I finally make do on Castle Twirling.
Jordan of Shadow Lightning is disappointed you didn't remember him from last stream.
Well, that's because you didn't... Oh, maybe you didn't answer them. Hold on. Look, to be fair, I'm wrestling with things. I'm ill, and I'm possibly inebriated, so your indulgence is greatly appreciated.
Look, if you were here
that's
last
right.
stream, you saw us drive him to drink.
Well, there's only one way to tell if
It
you're
wasn't
inebriated or
just
not.
you.
Ark, titties, go.
What?
Wait, have you been playing with electricity
Opinion on
again?
titties, go.
Well, I generally approve of
Wrong
tits.
Steam.
Not necessarily yours, but... Oh, this is not my Steam, this is the other Steam? The blowing off Steam?
Yes.
This is-
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this...
I can't be
this
addicted at the moment.
wasn't...
I'm-
This wasn't explained. So you couldn't understand my confusion, especially considering that I can't actually see chat myself right now. So I'm in VR. You all know this.
I mean,
well, most
yeah,
of
I
you do.
know.
I mean, you should be able to tell the difference. They don't sound anything alike.
She didn't immediately attack you.
course,
That
of
should have been
You're
the first
right. It's
clue.
probably my trauma speaking that I'm confusing the two.
Is Isu reading the paper?
Yeah.
I'm reading the National Enquirer.
People.
I noticed. It's still on paper.
Yep. I couldn't pass on the title story of how Lyndon B. Johnson ordered Hoover to kill JFK.
What?
It's just too crazy and out there, so
How?
that's what I'm reading right now.
Is it by extreme suction? 'Cause I think Dyson might have them beat in that respect.
But yeah, you're not. But yeah, Arketer, you're not too inebriated, so you're fine. Because if you were really inebriated, you would talk about in length about tits.
I mean, visual representation. Often, some people are more visual learners than auditory learners, Miss Steen.
No. If it was true or not, so.
So it was one of those days. Did you give the director a hard time?
This is blowing off Steam, so no. But Miss Team, absolutely, of course, naturally. I mean, it's a key character detail.
I thought that characteristic was singing sex junk.
It's so much.
Shut up, memes. Shut up. Do not. This is forbidden.
I heard it was required because I heard you were still infected. Actually, you showed symptoms on side quest.
He was perfectly fine after I showed up there later on when he invited us to appear. I don't know why not you guys were there.
Well, one of us all of us aren't that lucky.
I'm acutely aware that I'm taking diligent care to try to accurately represent the first king of Sarthos, who I'm pretty sure is starting to look like me, actually. Whoops.
Jordan
Well, look,
Shadow Lightning wishes everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
90% sure this is a stock photo, so I'm not feeling too bad at present, but I think I probably need to de-arrogance it a bit. And yes, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I will, of course, be live tomorrow at this time, so I'll try to make a point of Thanksgiving. Oh, hey, there's a challenge. If you're planning on watching the stream tomorrow, please do let me know what Thanksgiving-related SCPs there are, because that would be an excellent time to go over them.
Well, I'll take a deep dive and see if there are any.
I wonder if there's a turkey baster or something.
I don't know if there's turkey
That's
baster, but I
not
do know there's...
Thanksgiving-related memes. That's something entirely different.
I do know there's a chicken homunculi. Close enough, right?
Oh. I saw an internet video on that. It made me feel uncomfortable.
Should.
Yeah, it turned out to be fake.
Every chicken homunculi has been just a really disgusting hoax. The very concept of making one look...
It's about as probable as that Teletubby paste stuff actually being machine processed chicken.
Wait, they were grinding up Teletubbies or chickens?
No, what he's referring to is that they showed this footage of how hot dogs are made, and they used footage from the Teletubbies, the Tubby Custard Machine.
Oh. Is that how they were made?
No.
No.
Yeah, what a lot of people don't. What a lot of people will admit in these little propaganda videos is the fact of you see all these animal cruelty, but what they won't tell you is they're mostly from Asian countries like China and the Philippines. You know, because they're notorious for animal rights.
Oh yeah.
They love their animals. They don't hate their animals at all. No, like you trace back all those videos. They're all from like China, Thailand, places where they treat their animals really fucking badly.
You do realize that there are many over in India that would consider us absolutely horrible people for our love of McDonald's.
Yeah, but how they treat the other animals that aren't inexplicably baked into their ridiculous classist faith.
I mean,
hey, the Indians aren't trying to blow us up, so I like them.
Indians over Chinese, without a doubt. Besides, if they're going to blow someone up, it's not going to be us. They're going to go after Pakistan.
I mean, they also have telemarketers, so I think it's even at that point.
You know, the people over there actually hate those telemarketers as much as we do.
Really?
In fact, I was watching a video last night where a Irishman who got really fed up with call centers had another YouTuber in over in India, Delhi specifically, identify a call center, and then they worked together to completely shut them down. Basically, got into all of their folders, figured out who was working where, and bombarded not only their work phones, but the private lines of all the people involved until they were forced to give the money back and shut down. I mean, it's temporary, but, you know, it's a nice bit of revenge.
Well, it makes sense. Those fake Indian call centers, they're draining their economy and it's actually causing more damage to the economy than good. So it makes sense that they would try and take them down.
But is that a cyber attack?
What he did to them?
Yeah.
Initially, technically, yes, but only after they attempted to access his machine.
Oh, so they violated the digital NAP.
Basically.
Okay.
I mean, part of their scam is they get you to download remote desktop control apps, and then they'll have you access your bank account, and they'll use HTML editing to make it look like they're about to deposit money to you, when in fact they're just getting your info to steal.
I think that may or may not have happened to ex-Mrs. Memes at one point with her mom, because there was some BS going around and everything, and I'm like, oh, because like if they're just trying to sell you something, you just buy it. That's sales. But if they're legitimately trying to get you to download malware and spyware, that's
Well, one of the more common tricks is they get you to download the remote desktop control. and then they'll have you access your bank because they've got to give you a refund from, say, Microsoft. And they'll tell you how to go through and set this up. And eventually you get to the point where it's like, okay, your refund's $400. Type in 400 for the refund amount. And then don't hit enter. So you'll type in the 400. They'll throw in an extra 0 and hit enter and try to convince you it's your fault. And then now they're sending the police after you for stealing money from them. The only way to stop this is for you to go to the store and get gift cards to return the money.
See, I understand that a lot of people.
I could use your feedback. Those of you who are watching the stream and/or the Hangouts video footage, is this resemblance remotely acceptable?
It's decent, though. To be honest, outside of color, it kind of looks like Barack Obama.
Really?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It looks like Barack Obama, a bit older, and a goatee.
That's why I say, like, the nose usually needs to be a lot more refined, and that's why one of my troubles with sculpting is that you need to make the nose very refined, because right now it looks like a black man.
So there's a scam that a lot of people get into where they go on a website and something flashes up and something flashes up like, you have to call this number.
Yep.
Sort of thing, and then and I personally, whenever someone gets this, whenever someone's on call and they went, oh no, should I call this number? It's like, no, never call the number, because
blowing off steam. This would be an excellent time to promote one of your favorite YouTubers,
Steam,
a voice actor.
I wasn't.
There's a voice actor who does YouTube videos where he calls those numbers
What?
as Sebastian from Black Butler.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what you said. It reported for a while.
I thought Sebastian was a crab.
But yeah, no, like, I actually.
I was just suggesting this might be a great opportunity to plug his.
No, but I know what you're talking about, Steve. Those are usually on sites that are like one letter off from the actual site that you're going to.
Okay, so.
And Eric the Pug recommends try shrinking the jaw a little bit to make it look less Barack Obama.
Good idea.
And the nostrils seem wide.
Yeah.
I hear you. Your advice is taken in advisement, and I will apply it.
That actually looks a lot better, yeah.
Hey, I'm still an amateur. I haven't claimed to be a pro, and thus far, I haven't put my artwork up for sale, but this will happen eventually. For those of you who do enjoy it.
Like I said, and this is my experience with sculpting, it's the nose and the jawline are actually probably some of the toughest things to get right. The mouth is too, if you're trying to use an open mouth for animation.
Well, at least I can say this won't be used for animation.
Let's see.
But yeah, the I wasn't very internet savvy back then, and keep in mind this was years ago, and I fell for one of those scams. I fell for the phone, call up the phone, let them have access to my computer, and then lost a good 65. Lost a good £65.
Yep. My mother almost fell for one. Fortunately, she asked me before she went to the link they'd sent her, and it was a tiny URL link. It's like, there's no way you're being sent to an appropriate place from Microsoft if it's a tiny URL.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, if I could, I always regret that because I know it's only £65 and it was like a few years ago, like, well, I don't know, more than a few years ago. But if I could go back to my old self, I'll just slap the motherfucker and say, "Don't do it."
Yeah.
On a slightly different note, I feel I should read this, considering we have Froman here.
Feel free.
Vitamins prevent autism.
Well, it just confirms my belief that eating healthy will kill us.
See.
100% of people who have ate healthy are dead or will die.
Okay. Expectant moms can drastically reduce the likelihood their child will develop autism by taking multivitamins and folic acid before and during pregnancy, according to an Israeli study. The research revealed kids of women who took supplements were 73% less likely to exhibit autism even years after birth.
You would think that Israel would want to support autism.
Well, I
like,
assume
actually,
they're hoping
no,
that this
no,
advice
wait.
no, they're hoping that mostly this advice will go towards Israelis.
No. The Israelis don't want autism to be supported because it results in a higher amount of fascists. The autist Reich will be coming.
I heard the amount of people whom have autism in Iceland or somewhere over there is very low.
Actually, the statistics show that worldwide it's going up, and it's not because of anything that we're doing. It's beyond increasing.
We're not having
parameter.
enough vitamins and folic acid from it.
Our
Drink your
range
OJ.
of defining it increases.
That's also accurate.
Let's see. The study also found taking vitamins up to 2 years before pregnancy could lower the risk of a child developing autism.
Are you reading it to us from the National Enquirer?
I am. That's what makes
Okay.
it amusing.
I want to see that study, because if the parameters for it are faulty,
I don't even think there's actually a study. It's the National Enquirer.
fair. Anything scholarly there would just be why. Not to say scholarly means right.
No.
If you bought the Weekly World News and you actually started to just put out news, would that make it a reputable source?
Yes, no.
My brain kind of goes in the same direction because I'm like, what? But you'd have something published and you'd have stories. You have an actual paper.
I mean, I've said it before. It doesn't matter if it's right or not. It needs to tell a good story. That's all that matters.
Yes, and that's why we're at the news entertainment point right now, where you're seeing the next thing. The president's going to be arrested. The president is going to arrest Congress. And it's like, you just look at the headline, and you basically extrapolate. All I know, what was it? Tim Pool keeps bringing this up. It's like, was it BuzzFeed or who was it? They wrote a story. It's like, a man dies in fight over chicken sandwich.
Oh, that was The Verge.
Yeah, it's like, yes.
Oh, yeah, he does like.
Well, you may be able to write a title like that. It's like, you don't think that's.
Pardon?
That's, not in good taste. I don't know. I'm guilty of this as well because I had to use blowing up Nemo in one of my video titles because Facebook allows you to go fishing with explosives. I should probably correct that last statement. Facebook does not allow you to go fishing with explosives. They don't mind if you post it on their site, assuming it's legal.
Well, that'll usually lose you your fishing license, but...
Well, no, it's usually frowned upon, but there are certain instances where explosives have been used.
The time
Well, I'm
has
not
come.
saying I've never used test dynamite to fish, but...
The ditch symmetry mode. Now things get boring.
All right, we've got the horoscopes. Who wants theirs read?
Ooh.
I think I'm a Libra.
Give
All
me
right.
some Taurus.
All right, we'll start with Libra here. Libra, September 23 to October 22nd. Be willing to scale back on an ambitious plan. The timing is off. Things will fall into place more easily after the new year. Adjust your expectations and all will be fine. Lucky numbers 6, 14, and 25.
So what I'm understanding is I should stop my plan to suicide, and I'll just get hit by a train naturally.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Let's see. He said Taurus memes.
Yeah, I believe he did.
All right. If you can slip in a getaway before the holidays, go for it. Even if it's just for a few days. Listen to your intuition. It could guide you to the happiness you deserve. Lucky numbers 3, 9, and 12.
I like those numbers.
I'm seeing a pattern to their lucky numbers here.
How about Aries?
Aries. Cast a wide net. This week, anything is possible. Take a chance on something you've always wanted to do but never thought you could. Betting on yourself will pay off. Lucky numbers 1, 4, and 7.
Oops. 1. I'm aware I
Let's
punched
see.
the mic, but I can't see it in my defense.
What was that, Steam?
Just think it's a load of bullshit.
What?
Oh, it is.
What
That's
What
part
is
of the fun.
October 5th?
October 5th would put you in the Libra.
Okay.
Let's see. Eric Pug said
Check
Aries.
reference.
Did that. Libra. Did that. The Night Wolf is Virgo. Virgo, you could experience opposition from an unlikely source. You may think someone has your back, but discover they don't. It'll cramp your style, temporarily. Lucky numbers 12, 24, and 33.
So beware, filthy traitors! Yeah, then.
Where are the Ides of March?
Is that what it's from?
No, that was Virgo, which is August and September.
Because isn't the National Enquirer like one of those periodicals that you could pick up and just you could almost have any date on it, and a lot of the material would be as relevant?
Oh yeah, it's all bullshit. that's the fun of it. It's like those one weird trick advertisements.
It's technically equally irrelevant, but yeah.
Oh, should do how to protect yourself from COPPA in 15 seconds video.
Stop.
You go into your YouTube settings and you click 18 plus. Congratulations, your problem solved.
Except for the fact that Cypher Den already did that, and her video still got flagged for kids.
Well,
Yep.
that's on
YouTube's-
YouTube then.
YouTube's fucking with shit.
Now was that for the entire channel? Because if you just do the channel, that should just restrict it to you must be logged in on an 18 plus account gateway.
Yes, she
Okay.
restricted her entire channel, and YouTube still flagged her content as for kids.
Oh. Well, they need to work on the system then, because that's literally the system. And that's what they've been pushing for essentially the whole time. This is probably actually one of the reasons why BitChute hasn't caught up quite yet, because one of the things about BitChute, at least last couple of times I was using it, was, well, you usually have to be logged in to get access to most of that stuff, which already has the age gate kind of built in.
The Spooky Bed Hair says, they work for the betterment of fish. I need to have a word with that fish terrorist you have on the panel. Not sure if they mean me, memes, or Steam.
Steam.
Oh, that's right. She hates sharks.
Well, I think we all agreed on punching them.
No, I like sharks.
Really?
One of our-
Our sharks, your friends memes?
What? Well, Hisuge is a fishy, I think. He identifies as a shark.
No, Hitsugi is, as I recall, a dark elf, which is not a shark, even if they do eat their own in the womb.
Well, she's a dark elf in Morscar.
RX -6.
Or
Actually, I'm not sure what the
Bob.
lore is on dark elves in Morscar. Someone will take that up with Minkog, I suppose.
I feel like they've been
As I've had to stress recently, he's the final authority in all Thoth lore, not I, nor anyone else.
I did make a comic about copper.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a part 2 as Miss Steam instead of me.
You have a comic?
Yeah, Kappa deserves it.
Yeah, she made a comic based on copper, and it's very,
Hmm.
very nice. I recommend those who haven't seen it to see it.
Where is it located?
Well, I suppose this is going to wind up looking like a statue of the first king of Sarthos much later into his reign when he's a bit older and more regal looking. A bit like a young punk here. Well, I can't do that apparently.
Is that Jesse Pinkman?
No. Now, I'm a bit consoled in the fact that there's no real hand here, just sort of a silhouette.
It's a ghost hand.
Oh, you can give it like 6
So
fingers.
that equals.
Eric the Bug thanks you for doing these sculpting streams, as it's gotten him into doing Blender.
Excellent.
If you do need help with Blender, Pug, I have taken the time to learn it. I'm not great, but I do know what a lot of the program does. Hitting me up on the Discords, yo.
He lies. He's above average.
No. False.
Froman has the ability to explain very complicated things in very simple terms.
No, he doesn't. He has the capability to explain very simple things in complicated terms. It's
Oh,
the other way around.
Insanely
Well,
complicated terms. Insanely!
Why can't both be true?
What? Yes. No, I can. He explains things well to me. I understand it.
And since Steam got cut off, she's posted the link to her comic in the chat.
By all means.
I sent the comic in live chat. Don't worry, I'm gonna make a comic when Miss Steam kicks his ass too.
No race, your link did not post in chat.
Hold on. This means that they don't have a wrench, which is entirely possible because I don't
Well,
necessarily
they-
mention these things.
They had removed the requirement for needing a wrench there for a while, but I guess it's back now.
Steam, type something in chat if you will. I want to make sure you have a wrench. No, I'm seeing it there. What the hell's going on? They have a wrench.
No,
I do
Race.
have a wrench.
Race?
Yes, Race said
Yeah.
that he'd posted
I'm-
the link
I'm
and it
not-
didn't show up.
Okay, well then, he's a moderator now. Congratulations, Race. Jacobson, abuse your powers and suffer my eternal wrath.
I've already posted. Never mind.
But you're probably fine. What was it? Steam?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, well apparently that brief moment has...
Kinda looks like a gay vampire.
Yeah, I see it.
I think I may need to dodge out. Family has just come in. 5 kids, so I may just be terrorized soon.
We're not kid friendly anyway.
Have a good Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah, see ya, mate.
Everything
Later,
to
bro.
Cheers, Herman.
Yeah.
Face is going reasonably well, but this body is proving a pain in the ass. It's biting off more than I can chew, I suspect.
What a a potentially random piece of photo stock art that has a lot of intricacies in the armor.
Well, is this stock art?
I have no idea.
You would have to ask Migong. I have no idea.
I'm
Because I
pretty
know for a
sure-
while he was trying to use actual people's characters for the lore.
I'm pretty sure he's still using like royalty-free images of some sort, stock photos of some kind. I don't think there've been very many submissions as far as members wanting to have their photos out there.
No, maybe they'll improve
They're
once we get the wiki
royalty-free,
up.
Well, this
They're
team.
royalty free, but if you ever want like they're royalty free, but if he ever wants to like print them out and sell them, he technically can't because they're still copyrighted technically.
Yeah, I don't think he intends to, but I also don't know everything about him, so.
Well, it's nice to have the option, you know.
Oh yeah, I could understand that.
And there's probably some people who actually do want big professional prints of it.
Well, that just kind of falls under that same area as a lot of YouTubers have been having issues with royalty-free music not being copyright-free music. And Royce says that he thinks there's been less than half a dozen people sending in character profiles, including him with Lord Tarek of Sarthos.
Mm. Yeah, it's not a very big group yet. I actually-
think it's.
I'm sorry.
This
I think it's
body is
got
not
everything
going
to do
well.
with the fact that
I just can't get the pose right. I've hit a wall on my skills. I could do a bust maybe, but not the full body pose.
Say, I mean, if you can do the bust or something, you're at least getting the likeness and everything out there.
See, in this case, I would have done the body full on, straight ahead first, and then turned it and then did the head at the appropriate angle.
Yeah, I can go and bring myself to do that this time. Maybe I can find a terrible middle ground by just doing the sword across the shoulder. And make it a bust. Maybe I don't have to make the precise same pose.
No, I wouldn't try to go exactly the same myself.
So perhaps make it a bust from the waist up, chest up-ish.
Yeah, right about
That
there.
looks like a good idea.
That right about there would probably be good.
I love how it sounds like you're giving Digital Clay a haircut.
It's not actually a bad way of describing it. That works in practice anyway.
Is this how you get a haircut in the Matrix?
Well, if you're getting a haircut in the Matrix, you presumably feel it's a regular haircut. So getting a haircut in the Matrix would be getting a regular haircut.
But wouldn't it be like this?
Probably not that. Because this is clearly me just fucking about in VR, doing some 3D sculpting.
I don't know. How is this different than a normal haircut?
There are no scissors involved.
Oh God. That's true then. I don't know. I heard Elon Musk say something about simulation theory and his glass broke, so ergo something.
Mm.
I'm a bit skeptical about simulation theory. I suppose we'll find out. Again, so long as this isn't the generation process for an alien shooter, I'll be just fine.
All I know is it's like, yeah, that's interesting, but the more and more you start to learn about certain things, you're like, well, that's interesting.
Well, if we are a VR simulation or, God forbid, an actual game, you imagine somebody playing us in VR, having to live our lives, and then waking up back to their own alien life and having the extreme culture shock.
But I don't know. Is that what enlightenment is when you actually take control of your own player character?
Yeah, isn't that awfully funny? Imagine, we're all gonna pretend that we're the player characters. I would
No.
say...
We might. Go on.
Yeah, we're at least 90% NPCs.
Well, that's the thing. We might not enjoy the game we're playing right now, but if enough folks take control of their player characters and start to build something better, I don't know, we could have a better game at some point.
Yeah, assuming we're player characters at all, which is, could be a bit bold to assume.
Hey. All I know is some cartoon dude destroyed the internet. Is it Frank? Henry? Frank? Harold? Henry Destroys the Internet? What was that movie? I didn't see it.
Not ringing a bell.
Oh, Wreck-It
Or
Ralph.
you mean
Wreck-It
Ralph?
Yes, there we go. It was one of those names.
I remember the original Wreck-It Ralph, but I never saw the sequel. I wasn't hearing very good things about it, so I didn't put much effort into seeing it.
I remember the first one was pretty good.
The first one was pretty decent, but apparently there was some insecurity regarding Tweets' personal agency, and they went way overboard in the sequel and wound up making her into one of those strong women role models who was in practical actuality just a total bitch instead. That's the impression I got.
Huh.
But I haven't seen it, so this is just secondhand information. Am I wrong? Have any of you seen it?
No.
Nope.
Negative. I should put it on the list. Oh, I just watched The Last Jedi last night. It was okay.
You have my condolences.
So why is it for like the past year or so? Because it's been out for a while now. Why do I hear all these folks going around there saying they murdered Luke Skywalker and stuff? Sorry, spoilers there for anybody that hasn't seen it. But I'm like, wait a second, murder? You're telling me that he force projected himself light years away and essentially pulled the same Ben Kenobi stuff from the very first thing? I'm like, okay, you might not have liked the movie, but I'm like, that to say they murdered him, I'm like,
The scene had no purpose, so
well, he
it
went to
would be
force walk
murder.
like Yoda. I mean, it really wasn't explained, but he was chilling with Yoda before he freaking called lightning on that tree.
I guess if I had to put it anyway, I'd say that maybe because people had built up Luke to be so, important, I think they expected more of a send-off for him or something.
We've been waiting so long to see the return of Luke Skywalker, and people felt left out.
Yeah, I think that they were underwhelmed. So to
Oh,
speak.
that's why I said the movie was okay.
And honestly, that's not the biggest fault in that entire movie. So,
Oh, I'm not going into the faults. I just, personally, I despise the movie, but I no longer want anything to do with Star Wars.
I mean, I'm not going to watch it like 30 times in a row like Pirates of the Caribbean or anything, but I mean, I eventually watched it. I didn't think it was as bad as some... See, because that's one of the things. I think a lot of folks they'll hear something or they'll put on a particular lens because, well, that's what you're supposed to do. The people I hang out with seem to
No,
really
it's a
not
terrible
like this,
movie
so
structurally from a base.
It was not a good. It
Yeah.
wasn't a great movie.
I mean, you can enjoy it. That's up to you. But I mean, as an actual movie from a plot construction point, it's terrible.
Well, half the movie is they were following a ship. That's slowly.
And then the side
spreading
story
out
on the gambling planet,
fuel
which
and-
really didn't have a whole lot of purpose.
I thought the gambling planet's point was to just say capitalism is evil.
Well, I mean, it wasn't the worst aspect of that. They touched upon like war and kind of slavery and stuff. So.
See, I now as a long-time Star Wars fan, I
to
thought
say
it was
that capitalism is evil in a capitalist system with a capitalist product, just isn't that awfully hypocritical?
It kind of is.
See, I didn't like it from a plot standpoint as a longtime Star Wars fan. I mean, you've got this wealthy gambling planet that somehow isn't owned and operated by either the Exchange or the Hutts. That doesn't make sense.
Well, they sold weapons to both sides, though.
Yeah, but the Hutts and the Exchange aren't either side. They're the middle. They're the criminals that would be selling the weapons.
You're saying there actually is existing lore that kind of counters some of that stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
gotcha.
Exchange owns whole fucking planets, as do the Hutts.
The Exchange. Are you talking about the international or the intergalactic banking clan?
No, I'm talking about the dark spice dealers and all that.
Oh, okay.
The rival to the Hutts in general.
Because I thought that the intergalactic banking clan basically bankrolled the entire empire. I thought that's what they did, but
Race, you should be ashamed if you liked that movie. It was terrible.
No, I mean it was Star
Be
Wars.
shame. Shame on you.
I mean, I could stare at a blank wall for like 2 hours. I suppose. I think watching the movie is more exciting than that.
Oh yeah.
No shame for what you enjoy, don't enjoy. But I would say that if you did enjoy it, you don't seem to be in the majority, as after all, this was not one of the most successful Star Wars films.
It was the best movie since what came out before it? Rogue One, Han Solo.
Solo, which I heard was actually a decent movie. It's just nobody cared.
It's the best Star Wars movie since Han Solo.
Gathering with faint praise, it seems. You're talking about the performance anyway. Maybe Han Solo wasn't all that bad, but certainly they really shouldn't have imbued it with quite so much agenda.
Oh, I mean, at best, it was a simple popcorn flick, from what I understand. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet.
Well, see, that's the interesting thing. So I was listening to, who was it? I think it was the Academic Agent, like several months ago. And at one point he said, he's like, yes, I've only kind of watched Game of Thrones, like every episode, maybe like once or something. It was either him or someone else, but they said, I probably watched 80 plus hours or listened to 80 plus hours of discussions of Game of Thrones or stuff like that. So that's, a lot of folks don't watch it. It's just a common point. Then we like listening to commentary on it.
Yeah. I think you could probably say the same thing about Lost and where did that get us.
I don't know. I watched like 2 episodes ever.
I think I saw 5, but I don't remember what the hell happened in them.
Something people do or want to.
Never
It's
saw
also
any of
very
Lost.
mysterious. Clearly, the directors must be visionary artists. I mean, and they have a clear plan for what's going forward. And then they finally got to the finale and had to eventually yield that. Okay, no, they just pulled it out their ass. They went. They didn't know how to deal with it.
Did you just mess up calling the artists, and did you call them autists?
Yes, to which I apologize to the artist community.
Okay.
I think we had this conversation last week, and we decided they were roughly the same thing.
I don't know. Some artists know what they're doing. Some
Let's
artists
see.
know
Green
what they're
Badger
doing.
Outdoors has joined us. It says hello to
Greetings,
everyone.
Green Badger Outdoors.
And Eric the Pug asks, "Oh, what about the Elric of Melonbone thing?" Which I have no idea what that is.
You know, I've read one of those books. I don't know all that much about the lore overall. Suffice for Eric de Mellibone is some sort of multi-dimensional hero. And one of the weirdest facets of dimensions, apparently, is that sizes of things are entirely variable between dimensions. Also, Eric de Mellibone worships some sort of god of chaos, and somehow stays on the good side of said god of chaos, even though they're god of chaos. Which means that their good side and their bad side are almost entirely indistinguishable.
So he's like Deadpool.
Only with less of a sense of humor. But it's okay, because he mostly feeds Nazis to otherworldly forces, so, you know, it's cool.
So he's like Captain America crossed with the Punisher.
Doesn't sound terribly unfair.
Well, you know, if they start making villains other than Nazis, then they'll actually have to think of, you know, a good villain.
We had the blah blah Iron Man 3 guy. I don't remember.
And Race Jacobson corrects the pronunciation. It's Melanie Bonet.
Have you ever heard it spoken, Race Jacobson? Has the author revealed how it's pronounced?
Probably.
I'm just wondering, because strictly speaking, without these details, it's close to doing, yes.
And yes, Green Badger, somebody, and by somebody we of course mean Lieutenant Timberwolves, coughed up the money for Art to do another tassel dance.
Out of alcohol, why must you bring this up?
Because you're out of alcohol.
Your levels are quite low. Don't drink and drive, kids.
But yes, that is correct.
At least you got $1,000.
That's true. And it's one of the reasons why I said the price has been delivered on again. Somehow. Now I'll make good on it. In fact, the tassels have been created. I'm not going to show them.
Have you
now
considered
because
just setting a price for Timberwolf?
a price for what?
Like
precisely?
specifically for him to do it any further, and just have a regular price for everyone else.
No. I don't need to worry about more people eating the prices. I'm not going to have a lower price for everyone else. I'm very egalitarian, you know.
Let's see.
No, you're not.
I am. Am I not egalitarian? I'm pretty damn egalitarian.
Oh, egalitarian. My bad, I thought you said something completely different then.
What the hell did you hear?
Let's see. And Race Jacobson says, yes, Razor Fist has gone lengths discussing it. And the E at the end is also spelled with an apostrophe.
Wait, Miss Steam, did you say egalitarian? So he's a white knight.
The Razor Fist feels it's pronounced that way. Well, I will Razor Fist nothing, and he's not an authority. Come back to me when you've confirmed it's the author's view on it.
But, remember Vampire Chick, even though Del Toro said, yeah, I just want to make, like, creepy monster vampire things. Just want to make vampires cool, you know. Well, parasite worm vampires, really.
According to Wikipedia,
But,
he is correct. It is Melanie Bonet.
And the
Treachery!
the woman made
How much has Ray Jacobson paid you, Izu? No worries, I'm fully. But what was that, Steam? Sorry, I was distracted by this babbling over how to correctly pronounce a fictional character's name.
It's fine. It's
But can you pronounce the Icelandic volcano?
Reykjavik.
Wait,
No, what?
I thought that was the capital.
Oh no, the volcano's got like 26 continents and I think like 14 vowels in it.
isn't it like Eyjafjallajökull?
Yeah, pretty much. That's probably it. It's just one of those words where I look at it, I'm like, that's a thing. Cool.
I'm not sure that was right, but
I can go ask. My father is from Iceland.
Oh no shit. Well, there's all I know is when it was erupting several years ago, you had a bunch of folks going around going like, it's the Icelandic volcano, the volcano in Iceland, the Icelandic volcano, and then there's just one newscaster they cut to, and he freaking nails it, man. You're like, much respect, dude.
Well, he found a way to make himself stand out for the crowd. I applaud that.
Days like that you learn that there are actually words larger than supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah. Close enough.
yeah, I think it looks good.
Man, you trim down a little bit of the collar armor, well, a little bit, and yeah. Right now it kind of looks like a big lobster bib.
Yeah, it's not too far from the original. Chief difference between the original and this is that the original is fuzzier. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah,
But
good.
I can trim that a bit, no problem.
Cool.
Oh, how's this then?
I think archaeologists would be proud.
I'm taking that as an approval. Okay, so we've accomplished something here. I need to check the time because when I carried away the project, I notice it does seem to get out of pretty quickly. So, one picture.
Alright. Did you just put that on a digital phone?
Possibly.
Well, that's how the internet works. Willy Wonka was right.
Now I'm going to go ahead and export the model itself. Exported. It can be used in something else. And how are we on? Oh crap! I am entirely out of time. It's time to shut things down. But project complete, so I'm reasonably content. Although I did make it full body, simply not there. So this is the sort of thing that'd be sitting on some sort of Sarthosian's shelf of honor, I imagine.
Ooh.
A bust of the first king of Sarthos.
Yay! The day is saved.
And the pronunciation is Eyjafjallajökull.
God bless you.
Pronunciation of what again?
The Icelandic volcano.
Yeah, I'm not trying that one.
Oh, it was Antioch?
Wait, Eyjafjallajökull.
Eyjafjallajökull. It's kind of a at the end.
So
Okay.
you instead of drink a bunch of eggnog and have some phlegm in the back of your throat, so you're gonna be like, "Oh, could you start?" I can't do it.
Oh, wait, Steam left? When did the Steam leave?
A moment after I came back.
Well, crap. Apologies for having distracted. Everyone, thank you for watching this random art stream, and now I'm afraid I must be shutting things down. So, I am pleased to report that this speaks of good things by virtue of the fact that not only did things not explode in my face this time, but at no point did the calls get wiped from the screen where you're only hearing people. So, yay! Also, apparently I have randomly activated... Oh! Seems back. Also, apparently I stuck Ezub on camera the entire bloody time, so whoops, sorry about that.
No, it was cycling. At least I think so.
Might have been for you, but maybe not for them. I just noticed that it seems like I manually... Steam, how you doing?
Fine.
You sure?
I'm doing fine. Yeah.
I think he wants you to sing to him.
I would not expect that, but you know, Steam if you feel like it. Okay, right. Well, that wraps it up. I have no more time. I should have shut this down 12 minutes ago. But thank you all for watching as I attempted to recreate a bust of the first king of Sarth. King Sarth. And thank you, Ezub, Working Rat, Memes Destruction, and Blowing Off Steam for joining me for this random edition stream.
Is the King of Darthos King
Happy Thanksgiving,
Darth?
everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll see you all tomorrow with the usual SCP stream on the main channel. Until then, cheers.
Happy Turkey Day.